The jade slip gifted by Elder Zhang contains 3 methods for refining flying swords. The first method requires Nascent Soul flames to purify impurities, which is a time-consuming process. The second method involves using the 9 flames melting gold technique and fire-attributed pills. But it is dangerous and can damage the sword spirit. The third method is the sword growing method, which involves sealing the flying sword within spirit wood and using wood spiritual energy to transform impurities. Although this method takes a long time, it can improve the quality of the flying sword. Han Li decides to adopt the sword growing method because he possesses the ability to accelerate the growth of plants, which can shorten the growth time of the spirit wood. Han Li takes out a section of golden thunder bamboo, the primary material for the flying sword, places it in a jade box, and has his second nascent soul begin the sword growing process. Afterwards, Han Li consumes true toad liquid and continues his cultivation, increasing his magic power to support the future usage of his magic treasures. 3 giant pythons, a bull-headed monster, and a golden ape discuss giving their shared treasure to Han Li in exchange for his help in removing their slave marks. The bull-headed monster questions Han Li's trustworthiness, fearing he will go back on his promise. The pythons argue that their lives are in danger and they must seize the opportunity. Noting Han Li's fairness in previous dealings, strange celestial phenomena occur. A milky white cloud ring expands, enveloping the giant mountain. The cloud ring rages with strong winds, and 5-colored light is drawn into it. Han Li's Dharma form appears, with 3 heads, 6 arms, shimmering gold light, and red gold eyes. The Dharma form's roar is deafening, damaging the consciousness of lower-level monsters. 4 true spirit apparitions appear and merge with the Dharma form. The Dharma form's body grows in size, with its feet on the ground and head in the sky, and its hands reach into the cloud ring. The cloud ring descends, enveloping the Dharma form and infusing it with 5-colored light. The Dharma form endures intense pain, its body turning crystal clear. Han Li successfully refines the spiritual power of the Celestial Peng's relic and masters the secret technique for refining the twin spiritual bloods of True Dragon and Phoenix. With the Azure Silk Pill and Black Blaze Pill, Han Li successfully breaks through to the Void Refinement Realm, greatly enhancing his divine consciousness and cultivation base, and attaining an unprecedented level of control over the world's spiritual energy. The primordial magnetic divine mountain absorbs the stone pedestal that Han Li added to it. But when he attempts to seal it within his body, he discovers that the new material has not been refined by the 100 Veins treasure tempering technique, causing his arm to become extremely heavy. Han Li realizes that he needs to refine the primordial magnetic divine mountain again to restore its ability to be manipulated at will. 4 demon beasts come to Han Li with a blood apricot as a gift. Han Li recognizes the effects of the blood apricot, and the 4 demon beasts explain their intentions, requesting Han Li to remove the slave marks on them. After examining the calf beast, Han Li discovers the prohibition and decides to study it further before deciding whether to grant the demon beast's request. Han Li acquires blood apricot, completes material collection, prepares to refine the Brahma Saint true form manifestation. Han Li finds flying sword transformation speed to be slow, plans to continue suppression. Han Li enters the alchemy chamber, preparing to refine the soaring dragon pill that enhances cultivation. Han Li refines the soaring dragon pill, discovers extremely low pill formation rate, refining difficulty far exceeding expectations. Han Li observes the edge of the black abyssal sea using the myriad spirit bead, discovering 2 unknown integration stage non-human beings. A single-horned youth detects Han Li's surveillance and breaks his restrictions. The non-human Min Taoist thinks that the tool refinement techniques of the Flying Spirit Clan are advanced, and the myriad spirit bead here can attest to that. The fishied non-human Jian Taoist wants to capture Han Li for interrogation, but Min Taoist worries that it will cause unneeded trouble. The non-humans discover a rare and precious yin qi within the black mist and intend to claim it for themselves. The alien beings wield a cerulean vial and an azure calabash to absorb the true spirit yin qi from the jet-black sea of mist. The aliens cast the collecting essence technique to accelerate the absorption, estimating its completion in 10 days. An enraged cry emanates from the depths of the mist, causing its surge to cease. As if influenced by some invisible force, the aliens speculate that the cry originates from the remnant spirit of a certain celestial bird and surmise that it's likely in its final stages of evolution. Fearing an attack from this entity, the aliens retract the vial and calabash, preparing to flee at any moment. The giant boned bird ignores Blue Mist's attack and releases dark claws, freezing her. However, the boned bird's corrosive gray mist easily breaks the ice and engulfs Blue Mist. The fish-eyed human releases a blue orb to attack the boned bird, but it's engulfed by the gray mist. The unicorn youth appears and releases azure electric arcs to attack the boned bird, leading to a stalemate. The unicorn youth unleashes a large amount of electric arcs again, breaking the balance and forcing back the boned bird's gray mist. The boned bird releases a black pillar of light that pierces through the unicorn youth and fish-eyed human illusions. The pair of aliens materialize and deduce that 1/3 of the boned bird's fierce energy remains. Han Li uses 72 small swords to transform the golden thunder bamboo into a green-blue flying sword. The flying sword can transform between being solid and ethereal, is incredibly sharp, and easily pierces through flesh. Han Li stores the flying sword in his body, escapes from the herb garden, and flees in the opposite direction of the black underworld fog sea. Two alien Nascent Soul cultivators discover Han Li escape but are unable to pursue him due to their fight with the bone bird. To avoid pursuit, Han Li first flies inland, then circles back to the depths of the ocean. Afterward, Han Li flies eastward along the coastline to evade the Tianpeng Clan and alien cultivators. Han Li caresses the green bamboo bee cloud sword, pondering the advantages of its property transformation, including the ability to transform between light, ethereal, and solid states. The sky was suddenly darkened, and blood-colored clouds rolled in. Han Li suspected that he was trapped in a forbidden area. He escaped 1,000,000 miles on his sword, but the blood-colored clouds still covered him. The blood-colored runes in the air hummed. Han Li set up multiple protective measures, including the flying sword green lotus, the primordial magnetic divine mountain, and the lightning grid. The blood-colored runes attacked Han Li, and were cut into blood mist by the green lotus sword light. The blood mist rolled back into the blood-colored clouds, forming a giant blood rune. Han Li activated the primordial magnetic divine mountain, which transformed into a gray light net to resist the blood rune. A gigantic scarlet beam of light engulfs Han Li, immobilizing him. Han Li resists the beam with the true sacred magic phenomenon. Loosening the seal, the scarlet light array expands, and runes shoot towards Han Li, who summons the gold-devouring insects. The profound heavenly fruit purifies the runes, suspending them in the air. Han Li activates the Saint Demonic Sun, breaking the seal. Tendrils of blood shoot out from the light array, intending to envelop the profound heavenly fruit. Han Li is sucked into a black hole and uses the breaking evil gaze to tear through the blood-colored streak. Han Li kills countless blood-colored illusions and is threatened by an unknown crisis. Han Li tries to escape the black hole, but is trapped by a transparent barrier and suction force. Han Li uses his powerful magical powers, and the suction force temporarily weakens. The blood-colored illusions burst and scatter. The black hole's appearance becomes blurry, and Han Li realizes that he is about to be teleported. Han Li uses the breaking evil gaze and 3-head 6 arms appearance to attack and try to interrupt the teleportation. But it does not work. Han Li's palm is pierced and he holds the profound heaven fruit. The formation failed to summon the profound heavenly treasure, and the fish-eye man and unicorn youth assumed that there was a problem with the formation. The flying spirit race suspected that the unicorn youth and fish-eye man were concealing something and were reluctant to expend their spiritual power again. The unicorn youth promised that if the summoning failed both times, he would abandon the search for the profound heavenly treasure. The hunchbacked figure advised the flying spirit race to try again, and it gained the agreement of the flying spirit race's higher UPS. Han Li examined himself and found that his blood essence, spiritual power, and divine sense had been severely depleted, which he realized was due to wielding the profound heavenly treasure. A giant crab attacks Han Li, but Han Li repels it with an unknown object. A group of strange people appears, with snake-like lower bodies, and they use throwing weapons to attack the crab. A burly man uses stone shards to unleash flames, destroying the poison spewed by the crab. A strange man uses an armband to enhance his arm strength, and temporarily restrains the crab with thin threads. A strange woman shoots a harpoon, piercing the crab's joint, immobilizing it. The strange people rush forward, killing the crab with throwing weapons. Han Li observes the fighting style of the strange people, and determines that they are not cultivators but body refiners. The male snake man carried the package on his back and carried Han Li out of the valley. Outside the valley was a rippling sea. And the valley was located on an island. The snake man rowed a bone boat and sailed to another island. Suddenly, a storm struck the sea. And the waves rolled over. The bone boat was in danger. Not far away, the island shot out a milky white beam of light, piercing through the dark clouds. The storm weakened, and the bone boat reached the shore safely. There were stone houses and tall stone pillars in the small harbor, suspected to be magic weapons or magic circles. Yan Wu's party utilized the lizard beasts to transport Han Li to the center of the island. They arrived at an earthen city which was heavily guarded, and there were numerous female snake humans with different colored skin tones. Inside the city was a wide street, and the snake humans were all soldiers, their numbers vast. Han Li was brought to a square, where he saw a strange bronze cone-shaped object, with white-robed snake humans filling it with colorful blocks. A pair of white-robed snake humans conversed with Yan Wu, and 2 rows of snake humans dressed in white emerged from a temple. Surrounded by black mist, Han Li activates his artifact refining technique. The woman provides a sea chart of the Fire Coral Archipelago, showing that Han Li is near the Thundering Continent. The Fire Yang clan occupies only a few islands, with the others being occupied by other clans or upper clans. Han Li reveals that he was accidentally teleported here by restriction and needs to find a place with abundant spiritual energy to recuperate. The woman proactively invites Han Li to recuperate on Fire Cloud Island and offers him spirit veins and spirit medicines. Intending to ask for Han Li help, the woman admits that she has forcibly raised her cultivation, damaging her lifespan. The woman reveals that the Fire Yang clan is facing an imminent disaster. Han Li is taken to a courtyard with abundant spiritual energy, where he decides to recuperate and await the Blazing Sun Divine Pill. The woman inquires about Han Li injuries and the hunting team that found him, surmising that he possesses formidable strength. The woman's daughter, Zur, returns to the tribe with her cultivation level having reached the transformation stage. Much to the surprise of her mother, the young girl questions the woman's belief that the Wuwang clan has royal involvement. But the woman explains that the Wuwang clan is naturally resistant to the Washi clan and speculates that they have extremely fast cultivation speeds. The young girl says that the Hayang clan still has the ability to resist. But the woman is worried that the male clansmen who were taken will be used against them. The woman decides to give the divine pill to Han Li. But the girl doubts Han Li's strength and suggests testing him first before giving it to him. The woman agrees to the girl's test and will retrieve the divine pill in 3 days. The woman prepares to strengthen their defenses and ask for help from friendly clans. But she doesn't have much hope. Han Li checks the blaze pill imprint, takes the pill, and re-enters meditation. 2 days later, fellow Taoist Huo and Zur visit Han Li residence with the blaze pill. Han Li residence is warded, arousing Zur's suspicion. The woman takes Zur into the dwelling. Finding 2 Han Li, one Han Li opens his eyes, asking about Zur's identity. Zur steps forward to pay respect to Han Li, and the woman introduces Zur's status. Zur probes Han Li cultivation realm. Finding she can't fathom it, Zur sends spirit sense over to the Han Li with eyes closed. Finding no reaction, Zur sends spirit sense over to the Han Li with eyes open. Finding her spirit sense is absorbed, Zur turns pale. Withdrawing her spirit sense, the Han Li with eyes open shows a half smile. The woman gives the blaze spirit pill to Han Li. Following the departure of the woman and the young girl, the wooden hut on the mountain was put on alert. Fire Cloud Island went on high alert. The serpent folk of the Fire Sun clan retreated to the Earth City. The Earth City activated its large restrictions, and patrols and defenses were reinforced. Han Li refined a medicinal pill and left seclusion, using voice transmission to state his intentions. The woman lifted the restriction, and Han Li entered the Grand Hall to recuperate and conserve his strength. An enemy appeared, causing the Earth City to tremble. The Fire Sun clan's priest became nervous, but the woman remained calm and ordered the situation to be observed. Han Li is horrified by the appearance of a woman from the Wulu tribe with a centipede for her lower body. After the priestess from the Nuwa tribe recognizes the identity of the Wulu tribe, she encourages her people to face them. Han Li realizes that the priestess is using a spiritual secret technique to inspire her people. The Nuwa tribe divides into 4 teams to oversee the battle, and the woman predicts that the Wulu tribe will actively search for them. Han Li discovers hidden Wulu tribesmen and uses a crystalline hand to force them out of hiding. The woman and the Fire Yang tribesmen are on guard. and the Wulu tribesmen accuse Han Li of being a Bai Mu or a Qianhuan tribesman. Han Li does not respond, but points to the shadows in the hall. Amidst the deafening noise, a black halo surged and expanded, absorbing all the attacks. From the black halo emerged two Urus with eyes of gold and silver. Wielding the whirlwind evil light divine ability, the Urus shot two strands of golden and silver thread that attacked the woman and the young girl. The young girl used bone arrows to attack the threads, but they bounced back. Han Li appeared to save the girl, using teleportation to dodge the threads. The threads were unaffected by the strength of the Yuanzi divine light and the five-colored cold flame, but could be enveloped and constricted by silver flames. The Qi Heiju Ren Dark Giant Blade is blocked by Han Li in his Dharma form. The golden-eyed Wuluwang activates a golden giant hook, and the silver-eyed Wuluwang attacks Han Li with a human-faced centipede shadow. Han Li uses his green flying sword to break the golden giant hook, and a gray light shield to block the silver light rays. Han Li summons the black Yuanzi Xuantian Yuanzi Divine Mountain, flattening the human-faced centipede shadow. The silver-eyed Wuluwang is heavily injured and is protected by the golden-eyed Wuluwang. Han Li uses the flying sword Washu magical power to attack the black halo. Han Li summons the leopard panther beast and orders it to exterminate the Wu Luo humans. The leopard panther beast demonstrates a powerful aura that frightens the Fire Sun tribe's priest. The woman removes the prohibition on the palace, and Han Li takes his leave, indicating that the spirit beast will return on its own. The Fire Sun tribe's priest is amazed by Han Li's divine abilities and believes that he may surpass the woman's master. The woman speculates that Han Li might be a high-ranking existence from the upper races and suggests that the Fire Sun tribe court his favor. The Fire Sun tribe's priest worries that Han Li will not stay for long and hopes that he will permanently reside on the island. The woman believes that Han Li will not stay indefinitely but will remain for some time. The Fire Sun tribe's priest decides to first deal with the remaining Wu Luo humans before discussing other matters with Han Li. Han Li returns to his residence and prepares to spend half a year recuperating from his injuries. Han Li examines the black veil from the Wu Luo humans and discovers that it is a spiritual treasure. Han Li tests the power of his gold and silver strands, discovering their exceptional toxicity. A strange woman named Qing Xiao arrives, claiming to be the master of the Fire Yang tribe's Bai Zuer. Seeking Han Li guidance, Qing Xiao possesses mid-stage Nascent Soul cultivation, and Han Li is suspicious of her identity, but agrees to meet her. Han Li discovers that Qing Xiao cultivates a wind attribute technique, leading him to speculate that she is from another continent. Qing Xiao requests Han Li guidance in her cultivation, and Han Li agrees to exchange cultivation insights with her. The sea beast swallows the sky cloud crystal, and the sea beast is still roaming the nearby sea area. The sea beast possesses spatial attributes, and the sky cloud crystal cannot be directly destroyed. Han Li plans to join forces to kill the sea beast in order to repair the teleportation array. Yin Sha Jushi, the greatest cultivator in the sea area, will gather manpower at Blue Lake Island, and Han Li is invited to attend. Han Li agrees to help repair the teleportation array, and Qing Xiao provides him with the Yin Sha order. Han Li lets out a long howl and leaves Firecloud Island for Blue Lake Island. Han Li bears the true spirit blood tattoo on his back, which is disrupted by a loud roar. Han Li tracks the source of the roar and encounters an exploding Nascent Soul cultivator. Qing Xiao and the black-skirted woman are unable to resist the gray figure and are affected by the roar. Han Li discovers a large gray figure whose roar has an effect on the true spirit blood on his back. Qing Xiao and the woman attack the gray figure, but with little effect. Intangible waves shattered Han Li's Azure Bamboo Bee Cloud Sword, and Han Li used his Phagian metaplasia to mend it. Qing Xiao and the young woman were astounded by Han Li's divine abilities but urged him to withdraw. Han Li confidently accepted the challenge. The strange moth regained its composure once more. Its roar reverberated more widely, and the space distorted. Han Li helped Qing Xiao and the young woman resist the roar. The two escaped while Han Li stayed behind. Qing Xiao and the young woman discussed the odds of Han Li defeating the strange moth. They speculated that the strange moth was not a sea beast and might have an unknown origin. The meteorite struck the giant moth head-on, but the moth resisted its force. Han Li attacked it, but his wind blades had no effect. The moth transformed, gaining green scales, a serpent tail, and deformed arms, and its power increased dramatically. Han Li summoned his repaired flying sword to try and kill the moth. But its green scales formed a crystal shield that protected it. The moth threw the meteorite, which shattered the crystal shield and created a blinding light. Han Li realized that the moth had disappeared and immediately cast a spell to trap it. The moth reappeared, trapped in a 5-colored blaze of light. But its crystal shield appeared again. Han Li summoned a silver firebird and a small blue cauldron. The latter was blocked by the crystal shield. Ling Zan's demonic light ignored the crystal shield and pierced the moth's chest. The moth let out a deafening cry. The mantis prepares to attack Han Li with a flying blade and scales. Han Li activates his thunder feather wings to disappear and reappear. Then attacks the mantis with poison, paralyzing part of its body. The mantis uses a green bead to suppress the poison, and transforms into a phantom to escape. Han Li uses the repulse demon thunder and a golden lightning net to locate the mantis, suppressing it and controlling the spread of the poison. The mantis weakens due to the poison, giving Han Li an opportunity to pierce its body with the azure pung claw. The mantis uses the green bead and its magic power to conceal itself and escape. But Han Li finds it using his clarity and serenity spirit eyes. Han Li eliminated a high-level monster moth that possessed 2 independent spirits. Before dying, the moth spirits transformed into bizarre round objects. But Han Li was unaffected. At the same time, within a mystical palace far away, a skull realized that the flame of an ancient lamp had extinguished. The skull summoned a massive cyan monster and infused it with the spirits. The monster awakened and gained the ability to hide in lightning. Before it was sent off by the skull rekindled the lamp's flame. But it remained weak. The skull used a mirror to observe other powerful beings, with scenes appearing clear or blurry and shifting between various locations. 2 women from the Fire Coral Archipelago express their gratitude to Han Li. And Han Li inquires about the origin of the monster. The women explain that the monster emerged from the mist, and they were only able to escape after the silver shark hermit had contained it. Han Li asks about the special physique of a group of young people, and learns that they are the Nanajing Cold Crystal Clan who were once dependent on the silver shark hermit. The woman in the black dress suggests that Han Li take them in. But Han Li declines, and instead introduces the women to take them in. The woman in the black dress accepts the Cold Crystal Clan, and asks about Han Li's next move. Han Li indicates that he will search for the sea beast, but it will be difficult since the silver shark hermit is dead. A giant one-horned monster fish lunges at Azure Light, but Azure Light evades with lightning-fast speed and releases azure threads that kill the fish. Han Li has been searching this sea for more than 10 days without finding the target sea beast. But he has already slain several monsters. Han Li uses the materials from the strange moth to refine the crystal scale shield and 360 flying knives, which become connected to his life. Han Li deduces that the target sea beast uses a powerful water escape technique but has developed countermeasures. After searching for years, Han Li finds the target sea beast's whereabouts and obtains its massive hide, which he uses to refine spirit talismans. After reaching the void refinement stage, Han Li gains inspiration for refining the sky-piercing talisman. Han Li continues to explore the sea, searching for the target sea beast while comprehending cultivation techniques and divine abilities, and makes significant progress. The protective spiritual ability unleashed by the giant whale was easily dispelled by 3 beams of golden light. The golden light inflicted damage, but the sea beast quickly healed its wounds. Other beams of the golden light struck the giant prawn's hard shell, significantly reducing their power but failing to penetrate. A small black mountain descended, shattering the giant prawn's front claw and trapping it. Another sea beast attempted to escape, but Han Li Magneto Divine Light countered its water gun attack. Han Li executed the Chun-Li sword formation, trapping the giant whale and preventing its escape. The giant whale tried to attack the light barrier with thunderous howls and fiery red blocks but was unsuccessful. Han Li is teleported to the crowded plaza of Viridian City. Tens of thousands of aliens are gathered in the plaza, with varying levels of cultivation, including Nascent Soul, Spirit Transformation, and 3 Void Refinement aliens. Han Li discovers that all the teleportation arrays in Viridian City have been cut off by the Horned Qilin clan, and he should be the only one who can be teleported here. After the Void Refinement alien recognizes Han Li's identity, he asks him where he was teleported from. Han Li lies and says he came from the Huahu Islands overseas. The stone gate rumbled as its prohibition activated. shaking the grand hall. The green-skinned and large-headed aliens hurriedly fled. Han Li broke through the formation and chased out of the stone gate. The plaza was in chaos, with everyone dodging as a blue light barrier enveloped the entire city. A giant silver island appeared outside the light barrier, firing energy balls to attack the city. The large-headed alien confirmed the attackers to be the Jiaoji clan and revealed a secret escape route. The large-headed alien transformed into a phantom, calming the crowd and declaring the lifting of the city gate prohibition to allow everyone to escape. Han Li and the green-skinned and red-light aliens followed the large-headed alien away from the plaza. The city's protective light barrier was overwhelmed by the energy balls and emitted a warning sound. The big-head alien activates a teleportation array, bringing aliens into a cavern with a glowing crystal hanging from the ceiling. They discover a tunnel on one side of the cave. The big-head alien initiates a self-destruction array, preparing to destroy Green Light City. Above ground, the Zhaokai tribe sends out 3 waves of pursuers, giant eagles, dugout canoes, and winged golden Zhaos to attack the aliens fleeing Green Light City. The aliens desperately fight their way to escape. The chief giant races surrenders 3 jade boxes containing items that are crucial to the 13 Celestial Clouds tribe. There is a charm on the surface of the jade boxes, forbidding it to be opened. If it falls into the hands of the horned demonic tribe, it will lead to soul refinement and soul extraction. This item may be exchanged with the elder of the Myriad Antiquity tribe for a soul-stirring grade puppet or an equal-level treasure. But the chances of obtaining the Myriad Metamorphosis pill are slim. The Great Chief suspect that the Horned Demon tribe attacked Green Light City for the items in the jade boxes. The Crimson Light alien race and the green-skinned man accepted the jade boxes. But Han Li has yet to decide. The Big Chief entrusted Han Li with the protection of the jade boxes, reasoning that Han Li is not a member of Horned Demon tribe and has strong powers. After much deliberation, Han Li finally agrees to escort the jade boxes. Han Li refuses to hand over the jade box to the alien, who offers the golden blood pill in exchange. Han Li suspects the alien as a spy from the Hornkai tribe, which the alien denies with indignation. Han Li exposes the alien's previous actions in the attic, infuriating the alien, who prepares to fight. Han Li absorbs the Red Moon spiritual power unleashed by the alien, shocking the alien. The alien deploys 2 incarnations to attack Han Li, while keeping a third safe. Han Li throws the jade box and fires a green sword light in preparation for a counterattack. Han Li used a sword formation to trap the Huahui person, preparing to personally send him away. The Huahui person used a body-protecting divine ability to resist Han Li illusion. Han Li illusion changed, trapping the Huahui person in different scenes. The Huahui person broke the illusion, only to find that the surroundings had changed and he was trapped in another illusion. Han Li used the Yuanzi Divine Mountain to launch a sneak attack, crushing the Huahui person's body and killing him. The Horned Demon Elder and Middle-Aged Man discuss the possibility of a divine race appearing in Verdant Light City. Deeming it highly unlikely, the Elder reveals that the victim, Han Mie, possesses both Horned Demon and Blazing Moon tribe bloodlines and shares a connection with the Elder, who had planned to exchange his blood. They decide to identify the target first and then seize the item with overwhelming force to prevent its destruction. The Elder speculates that the item is likely in the hands of high-ranking Verdant Light City cultivators or the Divine Race, and gives orders to deploy their forces. The middle-aged man agrees with the plan and decides to send 6 leaders to assist. Outside the city, the Horned Demon army continues to search for foreign cultivators but fails to detect any high-level entities. Han Li has escaped Verdant Light City and engages in a fight with a Blazing Moon spy under the cover of the Spring Green Sword formation. Without attracting the attention of the Horned Demons, Han Li seizes the spy's jade box and golden blood pill, then incinerates the body. The elders suspect that someone has concealed their cultivation level or carries a treasure that interferes with the compass. They decide to send 2 feathered dragons to investigate. The old man and the middle-aged man split up to investigate in other directions. A disguised alien escapes, but is anxious. The alien is attacked by a white figure, and uses various defenses. The white figure's sword energy pierces the alien's shield, but is blocked by a 3-colored light barrier. Middle-aged people show their strength. Green-skinned people hide nearby. Violet Shadow tracks down the green-skinned man and attacks when he jumps. Violet Shadow grabs the green-skinned man and melts him with an evil red light. Zhao Kai discovers that the big-headed man's breath has disappeared elsewhere. Yu Shao cannot search for his trace. The big-headed man wears a gray cloak that hides his breath as he hides in the dense forest. The crocodile-headed aliens are chased by the Zhao Kai. Han Li also encounters the attack of Yu Shao. Han Li uses the Tai Huoling talisman to hide his breath. But after the talisman fails, his figure is exposed. Yu Shao discovers Han Li and rushes towards him. Han Li escapes with astonishing speed, closely pursued by Tu, an early-stage Unity Realm elder of the Horned Kai clan. Tu uses the Sky Profound Compass to locate Han Li and releases a purple mist to conceal himself. Han Li employs his clear and bright spirit eyes divine ability to detect Tu moving underground. Tu moves swiftly underground, gradually closing in on Han Li. Han Li changes direction towards a forest between two adjacent peaks. Hoping to shake off Tu, Han Li launched a heavy assault against the Nascent Soul cultivator using the primal magnetic divine mountain and then trapped him with the spring and autumn sword formation. The cultivator countered with a chant that summoned a crimson beam of light that melted the ice layer. However, the black divine mountain remained largely intact. The cultivator attempted to seize the divine mountain, but Han Li severed his molten lava hand with azure thread. The cultivator emerged from the lava pool, and Han Li unleashed the sword formation, bombarding him with wind blades. However, the cultivator easily deflected the attack using a defense of red light. Han Li stands within his sword formation against heavenly Yuan Qi attacks by the integration stage Elder 2. Elder 2 harnesses vast amounts of heavenly Yuan Qi to pressure Han Li. But Han Li counters with the Azure Origin Taoist art to absorb the heavenly Yuan Qi and strengthen his sword formation. Seeing this, Elder 2 summons even more heavenly Yuan Qi, but it is absorbed by the sword formation instead, bolstering its might. Enraged, Elder 2 transforms into a demon, brandishing a pale gold streamer, a blue bag, and his own flames, which merge with the fire pillars to form the three-colored blaze. Han Li uses the Jade Meadow sword formation to cast illusions in resistance. But he is unable to withstand the three-colored blaze, and the azure light barrier is on the verge of collapse. To Han Li's shock, the blue bag that Elder 2 brandishes in his transformed state is the legendary Sky Concealing Bag on the Chaos Myriad Spirit ranking. The mysterious old man, threatened by the five-colored sword light, sacrificed a scarlet flying sword to resist, but the flying sword was damaged. The old man sacrificed a three-colored battle armor and an ancient giant sword. Preparing to fight, Han Li cast a sword formation divine ability, giving birth to a vital energy sword, and desperately poured all his spiritual power into the sword. The vital energy sword slashed at the old man. The old man's three-colored sword energy was defeated, but then the vital energy sword was intercepted and cut off by a golden banner. The old man's arm in the armor was cut off by the vital energy sword, but the arm flew back to the wound on its own and healed. Han Li forces the Nascent Soul cultivator to retreat with his sword formation but does not pursue. The cultivator retreats because of Essence Sword and the devouring bugs, and concludes that Han Li did not dare to risk killing him. Han Li withdraws the sword formation and uses Essence Sword to buy time. Mainly as a precaution against reinforcements from the Zhao Kai clan, Han Li and the cultivator both leave the scene and fly away in different directions. The Nascent Soul middle-aged man in silver robe meets up with the cultivator and inquires about Han Li. The cultivator admits he was careless and got caught in Han Li's sword formation, and was trapped by dozens of devouring bugs. The middle-aged man is surprised by the existence of devouring bugs, and believes that hundreds or thousands of them could threaten the Holy Clan. The two discuss Han Li's background and conclude that he is not from the 13 clans of Heaven Cloud. The middle-aged man and the cultivator show the jade boxes they have found, 3 in total, and speculate that Wan Jiu Ren might still have more. Intent on evading the city, Han is frequently intercepted by horned barbarian patrols. The horned barbarians control the area and are hunting for a significant individual. A woman of the Yin family, high-ranking within the horned barbarians, is leading the chase, sealing off the area. The diagram envoy has also asked the horned barbarians for assistance in intercepting a superior being, but the mission failed. The Yin woman is dissatisfied with the diagram envoy and plans to take control of the area herself. The Jiaoqi tribe besieged the long-haired aliens and puppets. The long-haired aliens sacrificed golden orbs and shields, repelling the armor and the two-headed giant eagles. The two puppets cooperated with the golden orbs to fight vigorously on all sides. Seemingly on the verge of breaking through the encirclement, the Jiaoqi tribe's warship emitted a white light attack, trapping the golden orbs and puppets. The long-haired aliens sacrificed a giant blue umbrella, shrinking the golden orbs. The monstrous lion puppets lost their ability to move and were captured by the armored soldiers. The two-headed giant eagles attacked the golden orbs, forcing the aliens to fall into encirclement. The horse-bodied puppets also lost their ability to move and were taken away by the Jiaoqi tribe. Han Li defeats Kaijiao warriors and two-headed eagles with the help of two spiritual beasts. The remaining warriors flee to a warship, but Han Li pursues them and destroys one of the warships. The remaining warship is heavily damaged, and Han Li prepares to deliver the killing blow. 4 Void Refinement Stage Kaijiao ambush Han Li, and the two sides engage in battle. Han Li discovers a teleportation array on the battleboat and is amazed by its high cost. The enemies recognize Han Li, indicating that the integration stage cultivator of Green Light City covets the jade case in his storage bracelet. Han Li utilizes the swift green threads to attack 4 Cornix demons in the Void Refinement stage, effortlessly slaying the giant, the barefoot monster, the old woman, and the dwarf use treasures to evade the green thread's pursuit. The battleboat launches an attack to assist, and Han Li vanishes into a white light while the green threads stop attacking. The enemies use treasures for defense but remain vigilant, suspecting that Han Li is not eliminated. With a flash of green light, Han Li emerges from the white light as a gigantic rock. Da Peng withstands 2 black light beams and a dozen or so yellow gleams, and defeats the dwarf. The dwarf and the barefooted monster hide in black mist, but Han Li, Da Peng and Weeping Soul Beast launch attacks, with the soul capturing divine light restraining the dark energy and absorbing a lot of black mist. The barefooted monster uses a black banner to summon black ghost faces, but is destroyed by the soul capturing divine light, and the black mist dissipates. The barefooted monster and the dwarf appear, unable to move due to Da Peng's suppression, and the dwarf's protective shield trembles violently. The barefooted monster releases a mist python and 2 evil ghost shadows to fight Da Peng. Jia Tianmu, from the alien race, unleashes a 3rd puppet that can cast the thunder of banishment, surprising Han Li. Han Li summons the Great Rock, which defeats Jia Tianmu's silver battleship and annihilates many Zhao Kai tribesmen. Han Li uses his flying sword to destroy 2 falling battleships and directs the Lepin Beast and Chryssal to eliminate the remaining Zhao Kai tribesmen. Jia Tianmu expresses gratitude for Han Li's help and promises to grant him a soul puppet. Han Li inquires how Jia Tianmu found him, and Jia Tianmu shows him a nurturing bead, which can enhance divine consciousness. Han Li recalls slaying an alien beast whose inner core resembled the nurturing bead, speculating it may have been a Nixing beast. The Jiaoqi attacked Hengshui City, with hundreds of silver warships hovering above it. The young Jiaoqi lord received news that Jia Tianmu had been rescued by a high-ranking 7th stage expert. The lord informed the 2 envoy of this and ordered him to pursue Jia Tianmu and his rescuer. The Jiaoqi army launched a fierce assault, led by 3 gigantic puppet beasts and warships firing beams of light. Hengshui City activated its formation, enhancing the protective shield, firing runes, and sending cultivators from within to assist. Han Li arrives at Cloud City, tens of thousands of meters above the ground, marveling at its immense size and the remarkable sight of it floating in the air. Surrounding Cloud City are more than 10 large, white spheres known as Cloud City Sentinels, formidable defenses created in collaboration between the Myriad Ancestor tribe and the Stone Cocoon tribe. Han Li discovers that the surfaces of these spheres are marked with turtle markings and runes, and their restrictions are so potent that his divine sense cannot penetrate them. At the entrance to Cloud City, guards in armor inspect those entering, using magic discs to scan and record their information. Han Li follows Jia Tianmu through the inspection and enters Cloud City. Han Li learns that the Divine Concentration Convergence technique is a mystical technique performed by a group of green spirits, requiring compatriots with blood ties to cultivate. Jia Tianmu offers to help Han Li find the Divine Concentration technique and gives him a spirit puppet, but it requires the consent of the clan elders. Jia Tianmu warns Han Li to avoid fighting and using spiritual power in Cloud City to prevent discovery by the restrictions. Cloud City is a major city of the 13 heavenly cloud clans, with diverse architectural styles and people from all clans. The 13 heavenly cloud clans are powerful together and often wage war with the neighboring Jiaoqi clan, but the two sides are evenly matched. In addition to the Jiaoqi clan, the Heavenly Cloud region has other major clans such as the Night Clan and the Violent Roar clan, as well as many smaller clans that depend on them. Han Li plans to find a super teleportation formation to return to the Heavenly Yuan continent. But such formations likely belong to powerful forces, requiring contact with the upper echelons. Han Li encounters senior martial brother Shang in an inn. Shang was believed to have fallen, while Shang managed to survive in Spirit Realm. His cultivation base has fallen to the core formation stage. Additionally, he has suffered a great loss of vitality. During Shang's ascension to the human realm, he encountered a spatial storm. He was the only survivor and was rescued after leaving the node. As he was not qualified to use the intercontinental teleportation array nor willing to cross the savage world alone, he stayed on the Sky Cloud continent and worked for his savior. Shang is interested in the current situation in the human realm and asks Han Li to inform him. Han Li and Shang Jil talked all night long, learning about the secrets of Cloud City and the 13 clans of Heavenly Clouds. Shang Jil asked Han Li to come and see him in the future after he leaves Cloud City, as he had items and matters to entrust to him. Han Li patrolled the streets, observing the massive war puppets of Cloud City. Realizing their formidable power, Han Li visited a bookshop, searching for books that piqued his interest. The shop was run by a crystal race woman, a race famed for its wisdom and beauty, admired by the other races. In a concealed space of a certain region, a box containing pure demonic energy has been discovered, attracting the attention of Han Li, a renowned cultivator. Guided by a woman of the Crystal Clan, Han Li and his companion approach the box. As it is opened, the demonic energy erupts, materializing into a formidable purple armor, reminiscent of an otherworldly demonic entity. Yunshan Auction House is auctioning a Saint-tier Thorn Beast blood essence. But Han Li gives up the competition after finding out the Saint clan members are also competing. The Mountain Mountain Range emerged from a spatial storm tens of thousands of years ago. It is now a region shrouded in demonic chi with spatial rifts and populated by high-tier beasts. The Saint clan of the Heavenly Cloud race once entered the Mountain Mountain Range to hunt Saint-tier beasts. However, they encountered an unknown event that resulted in a rule where only Saint clan members are allowed to enter. There are restrictions on time and quotas. Due to the high casualty rate, the number of people entering the Mountain Mountain Range has been declining. It is now a high-risk area for obtaining rare materials, known as the Mountain Mountain Range. Han Li makes a deal with the Crystal Clan woman, Qianqian, to trade top-grade spirit stones and elixirs for a demonized battle armor. Conditions include, Qianqian ensures that the Saint rank monster beast's risk is under control. Qianqian personally leads the way when the Black Gold Mountain Range opens. If the Saint rank monster beast has the bloodline of a mountain giant ape, half of the true spirit blood must be given to Han Li. Han Li spends several days shopping in Cloud City, learning about the situation within the city. Apparently not nervous, Han Li travels to Cloud Mist Mountain, one of the 8 cloud mountains in Cloud City, which has 8 top-grade spiritual veins and offers cultivation cave dwellings for rent. Han Li notices the lifelike spirit summoning puppet, Jia Tianmu, and deduces that its strength is only in the 3rd level. Jia Tianmu shows Han Li another new spirit summoning puppet that can transform into a white snake or a woman in white robes, but requires a high consumption of spirit stones. Han Li shows Jia Tianmu the spirit-serving puppets he obtained from the Earth Abyss Demon King, including 12 beautiful women and 24 musicians. Han Li visits the Heavenly Cloud Race's puppeteer, Jia Tianmu, in order to borrow their super teleportation array to travel to another continent. Jia Tianmu admits that it is very difficult, but if Han Li could perform a great service for the Heavenly Cloud Race, he might have a chance. He mentions Han Li's feat of killing a cultivator of the same rank from the Zhao Kai race to the elders, who become very interested and offer to recruit Han Li as an external guest elder. Han Li receives a gift from Jia Tianmu, who also agrees to introduce him to the elders. Han Li obtains a spirit puppet, but is unable to comprehend its secrets, so he temporarily acknowledges it as his master. Han Li devises a method to remove the spirit talisman from the jade box using his divine abilities to suppress the restriction. 5-colored cold flames erupt from the skull, releasing cold flames that peel off the talisman. After the talisman falls off, an unstable golden sphere of light and a red light array appear inside the jade box. Han Li uses 5 colored flames to imprison the golden sphere of light. while using a gray beam of light to restrain the light array. A white halo erupts from the light array, but is absorbed and dissipated by a silver firebird. Gold and silver tokens appear from the sphere of light, but ancient characters on the tokens emit a white silk thread that wounds Han Li palm. Han Li activates the Guanghan token, attracting a conjoint body stage water fiend cultivator surnamed Bai. Bai Yu invites Han Li to join the water fiends and casts an enchanting soul technique. But Han Li sees through it and resists. Another conjoint body stage cultivator, Qianqian, appears and also expresses interest in Han Li, but believes that Han Li's fate is not for them to decide. Qianji of the Wangu clan arrives, and Bai Yu and Qianqian show him respect and caution. Han Li assists the myriad ancestor race and obtains the Pale Moon token, allowing him to be taken to the Hall of Spirit Communication in Eightfold Cloud Mountain. The Hall of Spirit Communication is heavily guarded by Tier 9 Spirit Communication puppets. Thousand Machine leads Han Li into the Hall of Spirit Communication, which is spacious but simple, without anything special. Another middle-aged cultivator from the Wan Jiyu clan, who has the surname Ma, comes forward. Elder Ma discerns with a glance that Han Li has both a profound cultivation level and a mighty spiritual sense. Elder Ma explains that the Guanghan Immortal Realm primarily uses spiritual energy to surmount bottlenecks. Various spiritual creatures reside in the Guanghan Immortal Realm, but obtaining them depends on luck. The teleportation destination in the Guanghan Immortal Realm is random, and a great war may break out upon entering due to enemy races. Han Li qualifies to enter the Profound Universe with the activated Jade token, but risks near death. The myriad spirit race exceeds Han Li enters Profound Universe and propose an exchange. Han Li requests to borrow the intercontinental teleportation formation. The race agrees, on condition that Han Li takes full responsibility for the consumption of extreme-grade spirit stones. The opening date of Profound Universe is undetermined, within a range of several years to 100 years. Han Li moves into the myriad spirit race's Eight Clouds Mountain and cultivates while awaiting the opening of the Profound Universe. The elders of the race investigate Han Li's identity but find nothing unusual. After obtaining the Jade Box, Han Li entered secluded cultivation. 3 days later, he received a message from Grandmaster Azure, asking him to visit the Cloud Dream Mountain Cave abode. Han Li arranged restrictions and transplanted spirit herbs in the cave, then began refining the Ascended Dragon Pill. He planned to sell the Ascended Dragon Pill for top-grade spirit stones to power the spirit puppet and the super teleportation array. Grandmaster Azure had obtained permission from the other races to use the teleportation array, on the condition that Han Li retrieve certain refining materials from the Stone Cocoon race. Han Li cultivated in the cave for a year, and the Ascended Dragon Pill was very effective, condensing his samsara scripture illusory form. He was surprised that the Crystal Race woman had not contacted him. One day, Han Li left the cave and encountered Taijian, a Stone Cocoon race perfected void stage cultivator. Taijian learned that Han Li was the Han surnamed outsider who had activated the Lunar Shadow token and invited him to the 4-race auction, where the Myriad Transformations Pill, which could break the perfected void stage bottleneck, would be auctioned. Han Li arrives at the side hall before the auction and learns that cultivators are allowed to trade in the side hall during the auction. The side hall is divided into 2 sections for buying and selling, and Han Li considers checking the selling area first. The side hall utilizes spatial magic, making its interior space much larger than its exterior, accommodating hundreds of thousands of cultivators. The plaza is covered with semicircular light screens. Cultivators can trade within these screens, ensuring privacy. Han Li investigates the light screens with his divine sense, finding that they are blocked by restrictions, proving that the screens are trading booths. At an auction, Han Li encounters a woman in a blue robe who strongly resembles his deceased lover, Chen Chaochen, but he realizes it is just a misunderstanding. The list of treasures displayed on the stone wall has no prices, only numbers that correspond to the numbers levitating on the rooftops in the distance. Han Li surmises that these represent room numbers. Sounds of an argument can be heard coming from a crimson tower, where an angry voice is accusing a certain old monster song of authenticating a fake treasure, and threatening retribution against the person who provided the information. A colossal Friezong figure bursts out of the tower, half flesh and half metal, with a cone-shaped head and green tendrils. Its cultivation realm is unfathomable. Dozens of people from the Stone Cocoon tribe bow to the strange being. addressing it as Elder Duan and Third Elder. The strange being announces that it has received a fake and is preparing to leave the auction. Han Li abandoned his plan to sell the spirit medicines and visited Stone Cocoon Tribe Senior Demon Duan Tianren at the Fragrance-Filling Pavilion. The Fragrance-Filling Pavilion was empty, and after Han Li entered, he was taken by a Crystal Tribe youth to a room filled with golden light. Inside the room were Duan Tianren and a beautiful Crystal Tribe woman. The woman allowed Han Li to enter, and he saw that Duan Tianren was drinking heavily. Han Li felt a sense of invigoration after drinking the fiery spirit wine and showered it with praise. The beautiful woman asked Han Li to show her his palm. Han Li's palm, which had been hidden in his sleeve, was now revealed. The beautiful woman attacked Han Li's palm with silver needles, only to discover that it was jet black and shiny, bearing the mark of the primal magnetic mountain. The beautiful woman was elated and believed that Han Li possessed a postnatal primal magnetic body. Han Li used the primal magnetic divine light spell and effortlessly absorbed the fireballs released by the beautiful woman. The beautiful woman asked Duan Tianren to confirm the spell, and Duan Tianren used runes to cast the primal magnetic divine light spell. Confirming it, a beautiful woman from the Crystal Clan reveals her plan to seize a treasure from the lunar ice realm, which will be used by two saints to overcome their great heavenly tribulations. Han Li, who possesses a primordial magnetic divine body, is invited to join in opening the lunar ice realm's Jinji and obtaining the treasure. The Crystal Beauty is confident that she can break the Jinji, but she needs the assistance of Han Li and two other individuals with primordial magnetic divine bodies. Duan Tianblade once forcibly created a secondary primordial magnetic divine body, but the materials required are rare, and there are not enough. Han Li expresses doubt about the danger of the Jinji, but the Crystal Beauty assures him that the bulk of its power has dissipated, giving them a 7,080 chance of breaking through. Han Li attends an auction with the intent of auctioning off items to raise spirit stones. An appraisal area is set up at the auction, and Han Li enters the appraisal room to submit two treasures for appraisal by three masked appraisers. The appraisers open a verdant jade bottle, revealing a light blue medicinal pill that emits crashing waves akin to a dragon's roar. They open a white jade case, revealing a golden lightning bamboo that crackles with golden arcs. In the auction hall, many outsiders emerge, including several top-level cultivators at the integration stage. A transfer restriction appears in the center of the stage, and Xiao Buyi, an integration stage cultivator, presides over the auction. Xiao Buyi reveals that the final auction item is worth far more than the saintly medicine pill of restoration from the previous auction. The first batch of auction items are materials and resources, the first of which is the precious Phoenix Stone, with a starting bid of 2 million spirit stones. The bidding is intense, and Han Li is tempted but gives up due to the high price. The Heavenly Glass Truefire Liquid is a rare elixir that is exceedingly valuable. The Heavenly Glass Truefire Liquid presented at the auction had flaws which reduced its effectiveness. Xiao Buyi used a flying sword to demonstrate the liquid's strong corrosive properties. Xiao Buyi used spiritual energy to draw out the flames that the fire liquid produced, demonstrating its might. Han Li's bid of 3 million spirit stones pushed the starting price up by nearly half. Han Li conceals his face and is unconcerned about being recognized by others. The auction continues with the appearance of two items of value close to that of the celestial fire fluid: the Myriad Beast Conch and the Soaring Dragon Pill. The Soaring Dragon Pill is sold for a high price of 63 million spirit stones and is purchased by a female member of the Sacred Clan. Han Li calculates the number of Soaring Dragon Pills he has taken and is astounded by the amount. The auction reaches its climax when the main attraction will be presented by four guest elders of the mid-integration stage. An enigmatic orb of light shoots into a cage, unleashing a diminutive purple beast. The beast bears silver scales, resembling the lineage of the aspect dragon. The cage unleashes an electrical attack on the beast, which it counters with a silver dragon's shadow. The beast is bound with golden and silver threads, causing the dragon's shadow to vanish. Bidding starts at 80 million spirit stones, becoming intense and eventually surpassing the 100 million threshold. Han Li feels a sense of familiarity towards the beast, which reacts to him with surprise. The third floor offers a bid of 130 million spirit stones, securing the beast for Mr. Lu. A silver-robed cultivator of the Mahayana stage stormed into the hall, ignoring the holy beings present. Upon seeing this, the holy beings in the hall bowed in respect. demonstrating the exceptional power of the silver-robed man. A young man, Senior Fei, emerged, his cultivation at the Mahayana stage stunning everyone present. The silver-robed man searched for a purple cub, effortlessly breaking through the cage and restrictions to rescue the cub. The cub affectionately nestled against the silver-robed man, who inquired about the circumstances of its capture. Cultivators at the Mahayana stage possess formidable supernatural abilities, surpassing those at the joint body stage. Cultivators at the peak of the Mahayana stage are among the most powerful beings in the spirit world, second only to the true spirit. A group of cultivators at the joint body stage captured a juvenile beast, the offspring of a Mahayana Jiao with a human face. In Cloud City, the Jiao led a young man surnamed Fei to seek revenge. Due to the young man's protection, the Jiao could only punish them by severing their arms and demanding compensation in spirit stones. The old man and 3 others gathered 400 million spirit stones and handed them over to the young man Fei. The Jiao, under the young man's mediation, withdrew the demand for spirit stones and punishment but warned the old man not to enter the Violet Sea again. The Jiao then transformed the juvenile into human form, showing both affection and strictness toward it. Han Li is puzzled by the words of the human-faced flood dragon, attracting the attention of alien races and integration stage powerhouses. The auction continues, and Xiaobai promised to increase the reward in order to retain the 3 nascent soul cultivators. The elderly man surnamed Lu left the auction in shame and indignation. The curly-haired old man gave up the auction opportunity and returned the spirit stones. The auction's second major treasure, the Earth Nether Warship, appeared, including 4 Void Refinement Intermediate Stage Night Puppets and a flying vehicle with infinite variations. Han Li auctions off the Golden Thunder Bamboo, its value exceeding expectations. 3 Saint Clan members bid, driving the price up constantly. The man surnamed Jing bids 310,000,000, and the man surnamed Lai bows out. A veiled woman bids 370,000,000, and the man surnamed Jing threatens and intimidates. The veiled woman ignores the threats and successfully wins the bid. The last and most valuable item to be auctioned is 13 myriad wonder pills. Han Li unleashes the devouring spirit firebird to test the heavenly flame liquid, observing its reactions without letting it consume it. Han Li utilizes the great derivation True Monarch secret technique, combining his divine sense with the magic formation to analyze the heavenly flame liquid. Han Li draws the fire liquid into the magic formation, refining it with runes and crystal threads, discovering impurities and defects. Han Li feeds the devouring spirit firebird the refined heavenly flame liquid, granting it a temporary boost in power. Han Li concludes that the flawed heavenly flame liquid still possesses the main efficacy of the genuine article but questions whether it meets the requirements of others. Han Li meets a demon beast hunter named Yu Zong and learns about the dangers of the Demon Mountain Range. Yu Zong explains that the terrain of the Demon Mountain Range is constantly changing under the influence of demonic energy, allowing demons to easily create mountains and nests. Han Li consults with Yu Zong about the intelligence of the demon beasts in the Demon Mountain Range. Yu Zong answers in detail and mentions the rare types of demon beasts in the range, as well as their habitats. Xian, Han Li, and Yu Zong agree to meet at the East Gate in 3 days to head to the outer region of the Demon Mountain Range. Xian and Han Li plan to complete their quest without venturing deep into the range. Xian is worried that the time to open the true spirit rift is not accurate, but the Qilin assures her that there will be no mistake. The Qilin failed to reincarnate because it possessed Xian, but now the 2 of them have become symbiotic. Xian is concerned that the true spirit rift has already been opened by someone else. The Qilin says that even if it has been opened, she has prepared the means to protect herself and escape. The Qilin senses that Yu Zong cultivates the divine ability of concealment and assassination, while Han Li cultivation method and divine abilities are more special and dangerous. Xian worries that other Qilin remnants will also learn the location of the true spirit rift, but the Qilin assures her that the true spirit rift has not yet been opened. Han Li and his 2 companions arrive at the edge of the Azure Mist Sea in the Devil's Bone Mountains. Yu Zong uses a golden token to open a passage in the Mist Sea, leading Han Li and Xuantian inside. They discover a small town and a 5-story building, the Thundercloud Pavilion, in the depths of the Mist Sea. Yu Zong explains that the Thundercloud Pavilion is where they can obtain lightning protection banners. which are required to enter the Devil's Bone Mountains. On the third floor of the pavilion, they encounter over 30 members of different races, half of whom greet Yu Zong warmly, indicating his fame in the Devil's Bone Mountains. The appearance of the Azure Essence Immortal incurs the wrath of the Essence Immortal, causing the traces of the Golden Element Prohibition Radiance to be left behind for tracking. The Distinguished Elder, Gu, of the Sacred Clan offers a bounty of 10,000 Marvel's Pill, Verdant Lotus, and Spirit Stones in exchange for the Essence Immortal. The newly appointed Deacon, Deacon Min, reinitiates the path test, prohibiting entry into the Demon Gold Mountain Range without thunderproof umbrellas. The woman in palace attire suggests collaborating with the Ascendant sect to hunt down the Essence Immortal, promising a portion of the reward. The Crystal Clan woman cautions against altering the plans since the Ascendant sect has already received a portion of the reward. The Ascendant sect, occupied with other matters, decides to act independently.